Boom! What's good, my people? We are back again for another one on this one and only Mystelics vlogs. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs. What's good, my people? Welcome back to another one right there and then with your boy Mystelics, guys. This is of course where I tend to give my views on a number of things taking place where in Dominica, the Caribbean and the rest of the world by extension. So with that said, guys, definitely big up the Mystelics family one time out and large all over the place, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. That of course causes the algorithm of YouTube to push the videos further and further. So give this video a thumbs up like right now, guys. Just click the thumbs up button. And of course, if you want to become a part of the greatest family out there, guys, the Mystelics family, definitely subscribe and click that bell. Make sure you turn on the post notification so you can get all the videos as they come through right there. As soon as I drop, bow, right there in your face, you can eat right there and then. Anyways, guys, talking about bow, I've seen this thing, which of course is rather interesting right there, entitled Prime Minister, who is the Skerrit, states that Dominica economy is recovering and cites that $22 million was sent by Haitians to Haiti amongst other signs. Guys, this was actually from DNO, Dominica News Online article right there, guys. And of course, I'm thinking to myself, he's basing the recovery of a country based on how much money leaves the country. They are basically basing the recovery of a country based on the amount of money that is leaving. And obviously that would mean that there's some sort of money being created within the scope of Dominica for there to be monies to leave to go to another country. True, but the question here is at what cost? The way Haitians live in Dominica is not the same way that Dominicans live in Dominica, which means that Dominicans need to then slave themselves in their own country. Remember, guys, when the Haitians are doing this, they tend to go out to other countries for them to try their best to raise money to send back to Haiti to help build Haiti. That's what they're doing. So they in turn, and listen carefully, they in turn end up living slaving lives in other people's countries so they can send some sort of money or whatever money they make back to their country. The whole gist of operating, guys, is based off what they can do for their country. The question here is, what is our leaders doing for our country to bring in monies in our country? Because our growth engines are either dying or have died. True or false? True or false? The greater question I must ask here, guys, is how much money based off the CBI is then coming into Dominica if you're talking about growth, when most of these monies are staying out of Dominica, which is not by law legal at all. It is supposed to come into the consolidated fund, and therefore the people will be able to know what is going on with the monies. But when it's outside, people have no idea what is going on with the billions. Remember, guys, we were talking about $1.2 billion at one point in time. Where did this money go? Remember, guys, they clearly tried to deny that and stated all the monies that were accounted for in the national budget was actually that monies, until they had to admit that there were monies outside, they were being placed outside it to do things for the country, in some escrow account to do things for the country. But there's no accountability factor, so you really cannot tell how much money is being made outside there, guys, because there's literally no accountability factor herein. You know how much money is being passed under the table. You know how much money is being given so that they can sell out their own country people. Yet still, on the basis of anything tangible that you can actually see in the country, you're basing recovery efforts on the amount of money that is leaving based on the billions of dollars that have been made from the CBIs. And you're talking about Haitians sending money as recovery efforts in Dominica. Now the question I must ask individuals out there, can Dominicans do better? Of course they can do better. But on the basis of recovery efforts, you're basing it on Haitians and you yourself are leaving how much money is outside there that's supposed to help the Dominican people. And right now, keep in mind that teachers, students, and faculty are complaining. Everybody's complaining about the state of the Dominica State College, Maguesa. That is in a state of an emergency right there. And students are doing exams and teachers are doing all kind of things right now. We'll get into that, guys. There are many schools across the island that are not fixed today. Yet still we're giving the very Prime Minister $64,000 and there are monies outside there. And he's talking about recovery efforts as if they are not the one responsible for keeping the country down. Basing that on the fact as to how much money is leaving versus how much money you guys make outside there that should be coming back to the consolidated fund. It's interesting. Anyways, guys, I saw this thing right there. And this was actually sent to me on WhatsApp yesterday, guys, last night. When you really think your citizens are foolish, Rosa Skerrit must really take Dominica for a colony of Sakwe sort. And his supporters are the ones encouraging that mentality. So true. This man brazenly tells us that the Haitians have sent over $22 million. Matter of fact, guys, it was actually $22 million in 2020, and 2019 sent out $23 million from Dominica to Haiti, guys. And the Prime Minister is actually using this as some sort of evidence that Dominica's economy is doing well. This is interesting. Let's not even go into the sheer ridiculousness of this assertion economically. But for those who jump on it to make the case that Dominicans are lazy, I say, stop all your dirty ways. And please pay attention to the wannabe psychologist come dictator. The questions I believe that all Dominicans should ask are these as follows. How much did Ross, departure from Dominica, take from us and send to Barbados? How much did the Roseau Bridge builder take from Dominica and send to Barbados? How much did the same man take from our NBD and send to Barbados? How much did Dominica Strong take from Dominica and where did it go? That's the amount of businesses that they brought in, foreign people that they brought in to take Dominica's money. Mark West are thinking of Kepinski as well. There were two individuals based off the CBI program, guys, that got $70 million each. That is monies that could be coming into Dominica. And another one got $30 million when he took these two individuals to say, hey, he wants his cut. That is 70 and 70, 140 and 30. That is 170 million US dollars that left Dominican shores. But anyways, how much are the Chinese taking from Dominica and sending back to China, and our future generations will have to repay? Dominica owes China the most out of all debts, guys. The most. You can Google it and see for yourself. Another question we must ask is how much is being taken away from foreign contractors while our local contractors are struggling? I'm telling you, that's what I just talked about a while ago. How much of our passport money is being taken away by foreigners with no ties to Dominica and hidden offshore? And that is a question that we must ask the very leaders in charge of these things. But yet still they're talking about $22 million leaving Dominica when they themselves are keeping money out of Dominica because of the decisions that they make. Another question we must ask, guys, that is very important. Where is our missing billions that Anthony Hayden has in his custody? How much have you used to support your women all over the place? We've heard these rumors happening, guys, where you have been supporting women with all kinds of monies out there, trying to keep who away from who and who. Anyways, when will the funds remaining get to the treasury which they are supposed to be? Clearly, there are many other questions about Dominica's money leaving our shores through foul means. Why would you, Skerrit, try to take the hard-working Haitians as his straw man to try one of his petty psychological games on Dominicans when he himself is keeping monies outside of Dominica that's supposed to come into Dominica? Does Skerrit really think that all Dominicans are a colony of fools? Obviously, some are definite fools. For those who are defending this thing, thinking that that is something great, that is not great. You know about GDP or you don't know about GDP? Come on, tell you boy. Anyways, guys, with all that said, I really want Dominicans to ponder on these questions right there. We're talking about recovery when the very people at top are the one preventing recovery to happen, then using how much money the Haitians send go for them to show some sort of recovery efforts that are happening in Dominica. What kind of craziness is this, guys? We have to think logically. So much logically, there's this thing right there. The question is being asked, guys. Which senior Dominica official is selling land to a Russian with the CBI passport, guys? You guys can look at this document for yourself. You can pause this video, check it out, read it, go. I'll try to brighten this up for you guys to see. Read it for yourself. Which brings me back to the Dominica State College, which is in these kinds of conditions right there, guys. Hector John brought to light the $23 million that was sent out in 2019 to Haiti. And in 2020, $22 million that was sent out to Haiti. And the question is, what exactly are our leaders doing, understanding how much money is leaving, yet still the Dominica State College is in these deplorable conditions? I cannot understand how we're thinking in this nature isle. You are proud to say how much money is leaving, yet still when you look into the country, you cannot show any tangible evidence of any recovery taking place. Bus drivers, private citizens had to come to you to beg you for money. because they cannot meet their day-to-day expenditures in the Nature of the Caribbean, the college. Mark Wester that you guys are supposed to be taking care of. 4 years later, he's still in the condition he was 4 years later after Hurricane Maria, and people have been doing exams and going to school in these kind of conditions, to the point that students have to be asking you, as well as the Minister of Education, who stated the very thing, that individuals need to go and shake their pampalam, and therefore they are asking you if they now have to go and shake their pampalam for them to get a better institution to learn. And you would think that people understand. No, guys, the police came and tried to stop these individuals. To the point, mark you. Hey, we got in this Dominica there. To the point where somebody had to make this post. They said, this can't be happening. Where is the outrage? A day after a protest action to reveal the deplorable conditions under which faculty members and students alike are forced to endure at the state college, some staff were shut out of their offices. Students, mark you, are taking their exams where outside, exposed to the elements, whilst the lecturers marks test papers under a tree. You would think it's a joke. That there is not joke, brothers and sisters. Here is the video.
So I am currently working, okay? Although I was told yesterday that my services have been reviewed.
Yes,
I still although I don't need to. I'm doing it.
Teachers were outside correcting papers under a tree because they locked them out, because teachers, students and faculty were simply asking for the school to be fixed. Yet still you talk about recovery efforts of the Nature Island Caribbean based on how much Haitians are sending who are slaving. And guys, don't get me wrong, Dominicans can do the same thing too, you know, but they have to end up slaving in their own homeland while you guys are enjoying the luxury of $64,000, staying in mansions, buying how much vehicles, wranglers, all kind of things on the expense of who? Then you guys calling it gifts from certain people out there who in charge of the very CBI. I tell you, we good in that place there. We good. It is what it is, unless we the people decide enough is enough of this foolishness for allowing our leaders to do things that is not what we put them in positions to do in the first place. I'm living lavish lives, my boy, and we can't even get a proper man can't even get a proper school, but talking about Haitians sending money overseas. I see Thomas later sent out a letter to parents, asking parents to join in with teachers and faculty in Dominica. This is a letter right there, guys, of the Public Service Union, guys. It's rather interesting. And also notice that they also went out to the Financial Institute. The teachers and faculty went out to the Financial Institute in Dominica, in Roseau area, guys. And they were there literally making a plight known to the masses out and large, man.
The protest is peaceful, so.
So hopefully something is done, guys. I've also heard that a delegation of 8 individuals are to meet with government officials, which is interesting, because to me the Minister of Health, Minister of Construction and Minister of Education should already know that the school is not in a proper working. Guys, let me leave that there. So hopefully something is done. 4 years later, they don't know, but let's see if something actually happens as a result of these, guys. Of course, I'll keep you guys abreast. Big up the massives out and large for standing firm and saying, hey guys, enough is enough. This is your boy Mystelics on the Mystelics vlog. Be real, tell the wicked that people them stop their dirty. Guys, I sweat on that. I sweat on that. Tell the wicked that people stop their dirty ways, guys. Definitely don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And turn on that post notification. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that if you understand this here vlog. And guys, remember, be real. Be positive. Tell the wicked that people them stop their dirty ways, man. But with the Most High's help as always. Stay prayed up. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs.
One day I will blow. Something will go show. Wow, this life is a constant uphill battle, but it's also filled with some beautiful moments.